Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jerry Fetta. Welcome back to another episode of Mini Mogul Monday. We're here with Sammy Larone. Say what's up, Sammy.
What's up, guys? And we're going to teach another thing to you today.
Now, before we do, I want to let you know this is Bisco. Bisco is sitting in a very promiscuous position right now, and I want you to stay focused throughout the rest of this video because I know it's tempting, okay? So at the end of the video, we are going to have a special fact for you as usual. So stay to the end. Make sure you support Sammy. If you've got kids, make sure they're here watching. And we're going to go ahead and get started and let Bisco go do his daily activities. See you later, Bisc. Hey, Sammy. So we're talking today about creating, right?
Yeah.
What does creating mean to you?
Well, it means letting your mind run wild and just doing all these things and kind of just makes you feel happy. And yeah, you get in your own world and you feel proud of that world.
That's awesome. So, like for you, like what are some of your favorite creating activities?
Of course, creating books, comics, that's the best way for me to create. Also, Lego. Sometimes I make some Legos.
You do clay now too?
Clay, yeah.
Really good clays. So, one of the things that I noticed as an adult is like when you're going through like as a kid in school, it's like really like you do a lot of creating and fun and playing. And so as people grow older, they tend to get more boring. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
They kind of lose adults. They kind of just get into their zone and they don't play and create anymore. So what's something you can give as advice to a kid that's watching on how to keep like your creativity going and maybe how to find their creative space so that they can figure out what do they like to create?
Well, if you want to keep that creating, just continue creating. Continue and continue and continue and continue and continue. Never stop going. If you just stop all of a sudden, like, this is too much, and then you take a break, I promise you that's just leading to the path of being a very boring person.
I agree.
Always keep creating, 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 creating.
So what would you tell an adult that did get boring? Let's say a parent is watching and they're just really caught up and they go to work on Monday and they go from 9 to 5 and they've got to take care of the bills and they have to feed their kids and they've got to do driving and commuting and they don't really have time for creating and playing. What would you tell them to rekindle that?
First of all, how are you liking your life of boredom? Are you hating it? You better just start creating over again. Try to think of ideas. Join your kids who are creative. Now, you know how the kids look up to you? Look down at them. Well, not down, but look up to them, even though they're shorter than you.
Use them as an example.
Yes.
I love that. And that's something that for Sammy does that for me as an adult. I'm pretty creative, but there's a lot of work and stuff. So it's fun to play and create and watch movies and do fun things like a kid. I think everyone has they still enjoy being a kid a little bit. Even if you're an old person, I think that's still there, playing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So talk to us about some of your most recent creations.
Recent creations, well, the main thing I've been focusing on the most is comics, and comics.
Do you have some examples?
Yeah, but these aren't recent.
These aren't recent. These are old comics.
So I'm about to show you an old comic. I probably made it last year, the year before. I call it The Eating Man.
The Eating Man. That looks like a big man.
Yes, it is. Should I read it?
Not the whole thing, but just give us the idea of it.
Like a summary?
Just a general summary of what this one's about.
Well, this one is just about a man who keeps eating and eating and eats everything. So the whole entire comic is just showing what he eats, and in the last part, he kind of just shows up to the narrator, and then the narrator sees he eats a nuclear factory and does not die.
Wow, that's impressive. So I'm going to go ahead and make an offer on this one. So Sammy does these comics. If you guys are watching, if you're a kid, if you're an adult, so if you want to do a comic with Sammy, Sammy can make you a comic, and he can also make you a clay of the main character of that comic. How much would you charge people for this if they want to buy a comic and then a clay of the main character of the comic?
Well, here's what kind of comic. If I'm making like a good, nice, normal comic, about $1.
Okay.
These, just about like a dime, barely anything, because look, these are just really fun, and they're one page.
Mm-hmm.
And then the clay figure, now it'd probably be even more pricey. It would be like $1.
Okay. So what about for like
$0.75.
$2.50 they can get a full comic and they can get a clay. and then
Yeah.
they get your autograph on it too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? So if you guys are interested in that, we have, what was this one called?
Eating Man.
Eating Man. So you can get the Eating Man comic and a clay of the actual Eating Man for $2. Did we say $2.50?
And just make it,
$2.50. You do need to cover your own shipping, but that's okay.
you might as well just say $2. I don't need 50 cents.
$2 and you cover your own shipping. Sammy is being generous here with his time and talents. So what I want to talk about on this is like, how do we relate this to finances? So how can someone take their creativity, like we just did, and turn it into money?
Well, it's simple, like what Dave Pilkey does with ideas. Make books, sell them, show them to kids, inspire kids. And all that at the end, all that matters, do the kids like this? If you know the kids are going to absolutely hate, like let's say it's about a boring man who just eats soup every day. Just, this man ate soup, the end.
Yeah.
Kids are not going to buy that book.
No.
First kid buys it, no one else will ever buy it again.
I would be concerned if people were buying that book. I'd be worried about that.
Now, if you make a really good book and you know this will capture the kid's attention, put it out there. Put it out there. You may not become successful. You may not become like Dave Pilkey. But for me at least, I don't care about being famous. I just want kids to like the book, get inspired. And to be honest, it's just really good to be able to create your own world.
That's awesome. So one of the things we always end with, and we're going to give you today, is a fun fact. So what is our fun fact today?
Our fun fact today is, do you know the largest living orgasm is in Oregon?
Wait. What was that again?
The largest living orgasm lives in Oregon.
Orgasm or organism?
I don't know anymore. I don't even know.
All right, guys, you have that as your fun fact of the day. Google that. Make sure not to use Google Images when you do, please. And if you're watching this and you don't know what an orgasm is, clear your words like we talked about in the last video. So if you want to subscribe to our playlist, we have Mini Mogul Mondays coming out every week. You never know what you're going to see on the show, honestly. This is complete adventure time. You had another comic you wanted to show everyone real quick?
This is not mine.
Okay.
This is actually me inspiring other people to do this. This one is Milo's Comics.
So his friend Milo made this one. Shout out to Milo. And shout out to Sebastian. I know you're watching, buddy. Good to see you again. So we're going to be doing Mini Mogul Mondays every Monday, 4 p.m. If you want Mini Mogul swag, go to store.jerryfetta.com. You can get Mini Mogul shirts. Sammy, you're wearing one right now. Do you want to just stand up and get in front and show people what it looks like here?
Sure.
So we've got the Mini Mogul here on the front. And then on the back, we have sacredaccount.com. Okay, if you're watching this and you want to get a Sacred account and you fill this out and you tell us in the cart that you heard about this from Sammy, the commissions from that will go to Sammy's Sacred account to help fund his future as well. So that's all we have for today. Any closing remarks today before we wrap up?
Always keep creating.
Always keep creating and be careful when you're in Oregon.